Oh, right. Hey, what's up, guys? Just back to Fate Grand Order LB6. Last time we left off, got our alliance with Naknaria in place, and then we got kidnapped by Baobhan. She was like, I don't like you, I hate you, I'm gonna kill you. And then trapped us in a jar? Which, questionable. Questionable. What you gonna fill that jar with other than us, huh? But luckily we were kidnapped along with Artoria, so at least we're not alone. There's that at the very least. Hey, Maridaki, Gogeta, LB6. Yeah, so now we're gonna see what kind of awfulness she's gonna put us through. Lost will, which doesn't, that doesn't sound good. I'll say that. That doesn't sound very good. But maybe that's referring to Baobhan because she seems pretty hopeless right now, so maybe it's not referring to us. Well, I guess we'll find out. Because if it's referring to her breaking our will, well, that wouldn't be great. Oh? Hey, you hear what happened in the flats on 6th Street? They say none of the fairies who lived there ever came back. So Lady Tristan's at it again, huh? I swear you can't relax for a second in this city. Then why are you still living here? I didn't like how they were laughing. I didn't like how quiet they were. You just can't win with her. Why in the world did the Queen bring a fairy like that here? You said it. Camelot would be a damn utopia if it wasn't for her killing fairies left and right. Damn it, one of these days I hope someone puts that demented brat in a place. Now so this was Salisbury. Lady Aurora would have imprisoned a fairy like Tristan long ago. Yeah, she probably wouldn't put up with, her people getting murdered. Tamlin Tristan, surely you're joking, no? Who could ever respect that repugnant little brat? The High Queen's daughter, please. She's the only one who takes that seriously. Has High Queen Morgan ever said one kind thing to her? She's just a pig walking on its hind legs. Damn. That's maybe a bit harsh, don't you think? Okay. Fancy dress. She wouldn't know culture or dignity if it jumped up and bit her. Oh yes, the most beloved daughter that one is. Did you know Tristan destroyed the entire city of Cambridge? I must say it reflects incredibly poorly on the High Queen that she permits so toxic a creature to continue doing as she pleases. I mean, I'm not saying I believe that myself, but I've often heard it said. I can only hope Her Majesty comes to her senses soon. If only she wasn't a Tamlin, we'd put that uppity brat in her place. Would you now? Because I think she's pretty powerful even without the Tamlin name, gifted name. New Darlington's done for. Can't even call it a city at this point. Anyone trying to escape from there is sent to the underground prison, and the only ones moving to New Darlington are criminals. Not a single decent fairy left in the place. You know they kill at least one a night at their slaughterhouse theater. And the whole reason the city of Preston defected to Naknaria's King clan is because of the so-called football tournament Tristan held there in it. First, New Darlington tricked teams from all the major cities into coming there, Then they executed all the teams that lost, and finally Preston after they'd won. Yeah. I don't see how Morgan actually put up with all that. Like, I know Morgan doesn't care about the fairies, but do you think she would at least try and curb Baobhanshi's tendencies somewhat, just so it didn't reflect poorly on her? Like, just, I don't know. It seems very, I don't know, but she is rather aloof, so I don't even want to say out of character, because I could see her just not even caring about her image. Do you want a scene? I imagine more. Yeah, no, I'm not saying she like cares for the fairies themselves. I'm just saying, like, I feel like she would try to protect her, because the more she lets Baobhanshi get away with like stuff like this, the more it weakens her position as queen, I guess. But maybe that's what she wants. Maybe that's why she brought Baobhanshi in as her quote-unquote daughter in the first place. No. Like, maybe she wants a reason for them to rebel so she can just get rid of them. But, I don't know. Then they executed all the teams that lost and finally Preston after they'd won. Yikes, debauchery is one thing, but that's just absurd. It'd be one thing if she had real skill like Lady Lancelot and Lady Gawain. But that brat's got no more magical energy than a typical lower-class fairy. If she weren't gifted with Sir Tristan's name, she'd be a third-rate fairy at best. No, even with his name, she's still third-rate. Without Her Majesty's protection, she'd be no match at all for knights like us. It just goes to show that the smallest dogs bark the loudest. If she weren't Her Majesty's daughter, every fairy in Camelot would be out to put that yappy bitch down for good. Safe to say they don't have a high opinion of her. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I have an itch like right above my eye. They're the ones who keep yapping. It doesn't matter what those peons say. I'm still the queen's daughter. Mother taught me magecraft. She gave me clothes, gifted me a name. She gave me a New Darlington, and said I could play with it however I liked. That means I'm supposed to kill any fairy who annoys me, right? That I should destroy anything I don't like, right? Why? And yet Mother never praises me, no matter how many times I do that. I ask you why? I'm trying as hard as I can, but I don't know what she wants from me. Maybe she wants you to grow and become a decent leader. I don't know. Why must you always be like that, Baobhanshi? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, High Queen Morgan. I promise I'll do better next time. I promise I'll kill more next time. I'm Baobhanshi. I'm free-spirited, selfish, elegant, cruel, and beautiful, cold. Everyone in Britain loves me. Sure. That's the part I'll play, I promise. I'll be just the successor you want, I promise. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I always end up like this. But I'm doing the best I can, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Maybe stop murdering fairies. Mother. You're the kindest mother ever. I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't found me. I'm not... Okay. I'm not sure you can count how Morgan treats you as kindness, but okay. Huh? I'm in my room. On my bed. Why? I thought I did good this time.
I trapped him in the garden, went into the mirror, and then... Why is my body so heavy? This isn't good. I have to get up.
Oh, well, easy there, Lady Spinel. You've got some big bags under your eyes, you know that? Did you not get enough sleep, or have you been pushing yourself too hard? Right, of course you have. You did pinch that treasure from the throne. I'm impressed you managed to sneak in there while Morgan wasn't watching. She's pretty furious with you now, but I think it's great. Kids are supposed to act up as they get older. Yeah, I guess.
Beryl, is that you? I'm sorry, I'll get up right... Huh?
Easy, don't try to get up. You're exhausted now, right? So you should be lying down.
Okay, but... Beryl, what was that sound just now? It sounded like something fell to the floor.
No, don't worry about it. Your fingertip just fell off because your body's rotting.
Yeah.
Beryl, you little shit. Never told her the consequences for that spell, huh? But hey, it doesn't hurt, right? Yeah, I'm sure that's a relief.
Why is my...
Beats me. Maybe it's because you used the Garden of Lost Will? I mean, that is one hellaciously powerful cursed artifact, isn't it? And then again, maybe it's because Morgan's finally fed up with you and stopped feeding you magical energy. And if that's what it is, you really shouldn't be holding on to the garden. It'll just make your condition worse. Here, let me have it. I'll put it somewhere nice and safe.
You think so? Beryl, I really need to...
Relax, it's fine. I'm just gonna put it in the underground sanctuary where it'll be nice and safe. You stay put and rest up here, okay? Just until you can stand up on your own again.
Wait, come back. Why the underground sanctuary? Beryl, where did you go?
Oh, I kind of feel bad for her. She's crazy, but...
I can't move. I can't move. That's strange. I can't move my arms or legs at all.
Yeah. I shouldn't feel bad for her, but it's kind of fucked up. She's been getting used by Morgan and Beryl the whole time. Artoria in the Garden of Lost Will. I awoke to the sound of my heart being chipped away deep inside my chest.
Where am I? This isn't the field I was just in. It's much farther away. It's like I'm somewhere between Britain and the planet's inner sea. This must be the garden where Merlin said he was imprisoned. But he also said there were different kinds of gardens. Sweet Dreams, Dark Abyss, Lost Will, the Innocent. And it looks like this garden is probably...
Lost Will.
I knew it. This is the Garden of Lost Will. A cold and unforgiving garden that whittles away the hearts of its visitors by stripping away their delusions and torturing them with self-loathing. Merlin did say you can leave this garden if you can hold out till the end. But the whole thing is a cruel trap meant to make you lose your heart and mind before you can.
Well, whatever. I can always cut the line when I need to avoid having my heart and mind destroyed. What exactly do you mean, cut the line? What do you mean by that? Sure, I won't be able to escape anymore if I do that, but there's no way Baobhan has enough magical energy to keep this garden going that long anyway. Yeah, but Morgan does, and if Beryl brings it to her, you know, I'll eventually get out of here one way or another, so until then... And Beryl himself probably isn't a slouch when it comes to magical energy. He just prefers to stab people the old-fashioned way, I guess.
I just have to contend with a bunch of things I'd rather not. Yeah, showing you Tintigel. The prophecy was true. That girl's a star of hope. She'll be our salvation. She'll be our absolution. She's the savior who washed up on our shore along with the name Artoria. May you grow healthy and strong to the age of 16. May the Queen's soldiers never find you. Now go on, hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry and greet your 16th birthday. We have complete faith in you. Which is why you must give everything you have for us. Castor, I brought you a new book. It's about etiquette for upper-class fairies. You should study it now so you'll be ready when you leave for the castle one day. Let's see, do you mind if I put the table here? It won't leave you much room in the stable, but you'll just have to make do. By the way, have your Fey markings grown yet? You'll be 16 years old in only 2 more years, you know. I'm getting a little worried. Your journey is going to be hard enough as it is.
I see you're working hard again today, Castor. You're so diligent, dedicated, and innocent. You play just as hard as you study, and you always find whatever it is the village needs at any given moment. The other fairies could learn a thing or two from you. Just seeing you in action fills us with hope. Still, I'm afraid it's going to be difficult to pay this year's tax. We've already sold most of the jewelry you were wearing when your boat washed up here, along with the rest of the treasure it carried. Some of the fairies are even starting to wonder if you really are the child of prophecy. What are we going to do? We'll be lucky if we even survive the winter. Why must you be so terribly weak and useless?
What awful people. Ugh, I swear, none of these fairies have any tact. I guess that's what happens when you've lived past your prime. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying when you don't like something. In fact, you should say so. Don't you agree, Castor? I mean, you don't want anyone treating you differently just because you're the child of prophecy either, right? So I don't care if you're the child of prophecy. I'm gonna treat you like the slave you are. Okay, what? Oh, have you been growing? You really need to start if you're going to catch up to where you need to be. Especially since we don't have anything of yours left to sell. Well, we can always sell you to the High Queen if we have to. Friend. Uh-huh. Right. The child of prophecy, the child of prophecy, the child of prophecy raised in a stable. The child of prophecy, she was raised as the village slave. The child of prophecy, she always smiled and said right away when told to do something, no matter how much she didn't want to. She'd be killed if she refused, after all. How could she say no? What the fuck? It was so much easier to keep quiet and do as she was told. I used to think I could survive that way. I thought as long as I didn't rock the boat too much, once I finally turned 16. I may be burdened with an impossible duty, but I could at least finally leave that village. You want to see proof? Proof that you really are the child of prophecy. That blacksmith who lives on the cliff is... okay. You're the only one he's not wary of. You're the only one he trusts. If you're truly the fairy destined to save Britain, then... kill him for us?
Please, please, we're so anxious. Our every day is filled with fear. So go on, prove you can protect us by taking care of him. Of course. Oh, you didn't really though, right? Of course I will. Oh. Oh. I see. He's... Oh. Damn. He lived a long-ass time too, apparently.
Right.
No way. That's it, I've had enough. I'm just gonna cut the line and close off the way to the exit now. And so the Child of Prophecy left Team Tigel for good. Good thing I've always been quick to cheer up when I'm feeling down. Afterwards, to make a long, not very interesting story short, I went into the Nameless Woods. And now I've come across Ritsuka. Yeah. Just as she's moments away from succumbing to the Lost Will's traps. For a moment, I thought I saw Artoria on the other side of that wall. Ritsuka in the Garden of Lost Will. But that can't be right. I mean, there's a wall there. Rare Ritsuka talking without dialogue prompt. And the whole point of walls is you can't see or go through them. So I couldn't have seen her on the other side. This is like the third time this lost bell, weirdly enough. So I couldn't have seen her on the other side. Right.
What are you looking at, Ritsuka?
Are you so exhausted you started hallucinating? Well, get it together already. We can't have you spacing out while we're storming the Lost Belts. We may have any number of replacements for you. But you're still the last master of humanity. Huh? Replacements? You mean you found other race shift candidates?
You still not get it? You understand that you don't need to race shift to get into Lost Belts, right?
True, technically, yeah. We have another master candidate in Katic now. Once his treatment's finished, he won't be our only option anymore. I mean... Oh wait, he's not really a master candidate, is he? You were the only one who was just a candidate. Yeah, no, Katic was a master guarantee, to be fair. That's true.
Hang on, I have to take this. Hello? Katic's awake now, and he's in good health.
That's great! Send him to the command room immediately. I mean, Ritsuka's still assuming that it's a guarantee. He'll help. Which, at this point in time, Ritsuka doesn't know that for sure. Like, he could be obstinate and be like, I won't move against you, but I won't do anything either. Like, I won't do anything to help. Like that was a very likely scenario, but okay.
Good news, Ritsuka. Katic's fully recovered.
You can go back to just being a spare, and we can start doing our jobs properly without holding your hand all the time. I mean, Da Vinci wouldn't say that, but so that's how it is. All that talk about how much they need me, and now they blow me off just like that.
Hey, Ritsuka, what do you think you're doing here? Get it through your head already, will you? You're not a master anymore.
You know, I have a feeling all the servants in Chaldea with how much they've fawned over Ritsuka, would very much not allow this. I think there'd be a mutiny by the servants to keep Ritsuka as the master. Like, what? You're kicking Ritsuka off as the primary master? No. No. That's not happening.
You're supposed to be on standby in your room, right? Just get back in there before you get in trouble.
But I need to stay in shape just in case. I mean, there's no telling when I might have to go to another Lost Belt.
Huh? What are you talking about? Your training and mission days are over. You're just a regular girl with no special talents. Stop trying to be something you're not. Just hang out in your room and let the experts handle things.
Just hang out. How exactly do I do that? Right? You've been pushing yourself for what? Like in-game canonically, like 2 years now, a little over 2 years. Like, I don't know. You don't. I don't know if Ritsuka knows how to just chill. All this time I've been training to handle watching someone die or seeing something unspeakable. I've been practicing overcoming my flight response and clearing my mind. All because they demanded it. At this point, I don't even remember what else to do with my spare time. I just can't tell. Is this really who I'm supposed to be? I see you're afraid to come to terms with your situation. To see the world as it really is, Miss Ritsuka. I understand. To tell the truth, I've been mulling the same thought over for some time now. Is solving this case truly the right thing to do? Think about it. Even if we manage to prevent what's happened here, we won't regain what we lost. Once this case has been closed, you'll be left with nothing more than a broken, empty world. By comparison, even the current state of the world is fairly overflowing with hope. No matter how bleak things may be, there's still a chance that you'll be rewarded as long as you keep solving problems one at a time. You see, isn't that precisely how things are so much easier for you now? There's no longer any means to recover what you've lost, so you might as well forget it all. Don't worry, no one will blame you. With all of humanity having long since ceased to exist, there is simply no one left to do so. I don't know if that... okay. Maybe I should stop this for her. It's not like she can cut her own line. Honestly, this lost will stuff is worse than I thought, even when it doesn't concern me. I can't even bear to watch. Ritsuka's eyes keep getting more and more unfocused. She's holding her chest tightly like she's in a vacuum, and is having more and more difficulty breathing.
Listen to me, Ritsuka. There's no need to feel sorry for these people. They're all from a hypothetical history, a living what-if scenario foisted on us without our consent. True, I can understand the logic in them considering us their enemies. But that's all there is to it. It doesn't change the fact that they've already lost. So what if a meteor impact resulted in a new ice age? So what if Ragnarok burned their world to the ground? Yes, I'm sure that made things hard for them, but that's not our cross to bear. So don't bother listening to the residents of the Lost Belts. Besides, we've got them all beat when it comes to sheer suffering. We're from proper human history. We're the victors. We took the intended route. We can't let anyone take that from us. We can't. Still, what can we do with only 12 of us? There's no way we can ever rebuild what we lost. You know as well as I do how bleak things are, right? Those Lost Belt people know nothing of this kind of solitude. This sort of pressure. They should be the ones to compromise. They should be the ones to disappear. Any pain they've experienced is nothing compared to ours.
You know, Gordy is callous, but he's not that callous. In the end, we're all just foisting the worst parts of ourselves onto each other. We act like what we want is what the world wants. Yeah. I've been telling myself it's only for now, that everything I'm doing is to get life back to normal. That's why I've been able to make it this far. But the truth is... I remember him saying something similar, but it wasn't nearly that cruel. Yeah, this line in particular, right? I don't remember this... Yeah, a lot of this, I really don't remember him saying. I know he said... something along the lines of they should be the ones to disappear, but... a lot of this, I really don't recall him saying. Maybe I'm just letting... No. You know, but the whole point of this is to, like, twist memories and make you literally make you lose your will, right? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of this was added by the Garden of Lost Will to... Because, yeah, no. Again, I do agree that there's... stuff that was said, but... a lot of this is definitely... added. At least I think so, but I don't know. You know... oh, that's why I've been able to make it this far, but the truth is... you know, you're not quite right in the head. You've almost died countless times, surviving by luck alone. You've forsaken countless worlds, kept alive by the devil's own luck. You've abandoned countless people, countless worlds, to their deaths. And despite all that, you're still no worse for wear. Stop it. You're going to, what, just grit your teeth and bear it because it's just for now? It's not my fault I have to fight. It's not my fault I can't save anyone. This is no time to whine about how hard I have it. I can just bury my face in my hands so no one can see me crying. It'll be okay. Once everything's gone back to normal, I can go back to how I used to be too. That's what you've been telling yourself, isn't it? But it's not true. Hearts, they change so easily, but they never go back to what they once were. Stop it. If you really think things will go back to normal once the fighting's over, you're kidding yourself. Your heart isn't going anywhere. It can't. The sights that have been seared into your mind will never disappear. The stench that's seeped into your skin can never be scrubbed away. There's no going back for you. So why are you trying so desperately to convince yourself otherwise? Please, just stop. I'm begging you. You see? You passed your limit long ago. I figured that out sooner than you'd think. Nope, that's one of the better things about proper human history. Everybody's equal and no one is special. Since no one now is eternal or volatile the way fairies here are, in the outside world, things are pretty much always changing. Wow, that sounds like such a human way to run a kingdom. The truth is, I was thinking the exact opposite. You guys are all such liars. It makes me sick. Everybody's equal, no one is special. Even as platitudes go, it's revolting. There will always be those who are superior as well as their inferiors. Of course, there will always be special people too. And yet Oberon said that proper human history can settle its differences with peaceful discussion. It gives everyone a chance, but it doesn't allow anyone to succeed. It's all jealousy, bias, anger, fear, and people dragging each other down. Everybody's constantly deceiving one another so none of them can make it out of the ruts they're stuck in. Oberon may not have meant it that way, but that's the impression of proper human history I got from it. That's why I asked you if you were really okay with it. How you felt about working yourself to the bone, about living for a world like that. I guess I do have some concerns. It was so beyond pitiful that all I could do was try to muster a smile in return. I swear, she already looked so broken that I didn't even know what kind of brave face she was trying to put on. What was my other choice here? It was more positive, right? Like, it was, I guess I have some concerns, and I like it as much as the next person. Which I guess is more positive, kind of. Her knees are starting to give out. It won't be long before the rest of her follows. I know this isn't none of my business, but I should at least put an end to her lost will before that happens. We may be separated by a wall, but I can still at least stop the magecraft from... No. Despite it all. Huh? Huh? Is she seriously standing back up now? Yeah, no, she stood up after worse. You know, after, like, you know, like, say, when we thought MASH died back during the, GACHA fight. Yeah, we've stood up from much, much worse. That's why you should just quit now, Ritsuka. You're only making things harder for yourself. Just stop. All this fighting you've been doing, Chaldea's grand order, it was all too much for you. His words were just what I wanted to hear. That's right. It's exactly what I've wanted someone to say to me for a long time now. It's okay, you've done enough, you don't have to finish what you started. Here, let me give you an example. Roman? The best thing for a species may be for it to continue to exist, but that's not always true for individuals. Individuals, people if you like, are always, wavering between two desires. The desire to continue, and the desire for a game over. There's nothing wrong with choosing game over. Everything has to end. If we refuse to accept that that applies to life too, we'd never be able to do anything. So we all have to make our peace with that. No matter how long someone's winning streak might last, it must inevitably end. Huh? That's not good enough. You want to know what you should be aiming for, then? Haha! I should have known you'd be so optimistic, Ritsuka. It's simple. Don't try for a game over. Try for a game complete. You, me, and everyone else are going to have to roll credits someday. But until then, all we can do is try to complete as many of the tasks before us as possible. Happy, sad, failure, success. None of that matters. As long as you've never done it before, anything goes. And you still have plenty left to do, don't you? You've got a lot of living ahead of you before you can truly say you've no regrets. I believe that's what's best for an individual. But above all, nothing would make me prouder than to know you did all of that.
Oh right, you're supposed to be taking a break, and here I am talking about who knows what.
It's okay, Doctor.
Okay, see you later. Have another great day. And if you ever want to talk, you know where to find me.
Do we, though? I don't think we do anymore. That's right. Despite it all.
Despite it all?
Or despite it all? I'm still not ready to give up.
Why is that?
At first, it was like a curse. I felt I had no choice but to fight. But not anymore. I have stepped on lots of things and left so much and so many behind. Despite all that, I still have something pushing me forward. This little bitch. Back then I shouted to live. Those were the words that helped me defeat the best thing for humanity. So now I have to find the answer for myself.
I see. And what would that be?
I don't know just yet. Right now, all I have is the wish to live.
Ha! A wish.
Indeed. That's right. What's wrong with that? Everyone wishes for what they want. Everything I've achieved so far is because I wished for something I wanted. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to find out why I think that way. So what if I lack confidence? So what if this is too much for me to handle? That's no reason to give up now.
Seriously? Well, I'll be damned.
Were humans always this resilient? I know. I know. I saw. Because the whole point was it's your own inner doubts eating at you in this place, right? So it just takes to play. They just use the image of all the different people to, I guess, make it hurt worse. Hearing it from people you considered friends and allies and... yeah. Huh? What is this place? Oh, how? Huh? Mash? What? How did you? What? Okay. I don't know how you're here, Mash, but alright. Maybe they let themselves get captured after we were sucked into the garden, so that way they could follow us. Okay.
Senpai or Toya, you're both alright. Oh, thank goodness. Mash, is that you? Does this mean we're back in reality? But the Garden of Lost Will didn't stop because it ran out of magical energy, so how?
Oh wow, it's all smashed to pieces. A national treasure gone just like that. That's so bold of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just in such a panic.
It was putting out really evil magical energy, and I didn't know what else to do. So, should I not have? No, Mash. You made a great call. I would have been too worried about how valuable it was to destroy it. But now, thanks to you, both Ritsuka and I are safe and sound. The Garden of Lost Will was a cursed object that robs anyone who's trapped inside of it their, well, will to live. I never had much of that to begin with. Are you okay? Actually, no. Of course you're not okay. After everything we've seen of you in this Lost Belt and just now in the Garden of Light, no, you're definitely not okay. That was a silly question. Hey Gooner047. What a name. So it wasn't so bad for me. But if Ritsuka had been in there just a little longer, she might have nothing. You were standing right back up on your own in there. What the heck is your deal, Ritsuka? How can your mind be built like baggies? Why so mad all of a sudden? Yeah, what'd we do? I don't know, ask Cabotrot. It just came out, okay? Okay. Ugh, what you did in there is so shocking, it's actually kind of infuriating. It makes me wonder just how serious you are about, well, anything. I see. Now I understand. It's true, Senpai's mental state never changes, whether she's doing her job as master or just being Senpai. Even when she seems to be casually eating her dinner, she's actually quite serious about it. It's very strange. Say what? No, that's not what I'm... Then again, maybe it is. You really don't run from anything, do you? Nah. Even in Norwick, you ran all the way to the harbor even when everyone was trying to stop you. Hey, you didn't run away either. You know, I guess I didn't, did I? I sure didn't go to the harbor, though. I didn't mean that. I meant from being the child of prophecy. Oh my, is that romance in the air? Pepe, what are you doing here? Wait, no, hang on. That's not romantic love. It's platonic love and admiration. Pepe! Right, I almost forgot. I was only able to find this place thanks to Pepperoncino. I went after Buffonchi after she abducted you two. But then just when I was trying to figure out where you were, Pepperoncino swooped in and saved the day. You know it, hon. It took a lot out of me, but I ran all the way here with these long legs of mine. There's a reason I'm so proud of them. I wasn't sure at first whether I should help or not, but Mashi was just barreling ahead so frantically. I mean, she sprinted from Edinburgh to New Darlington so fast she actually kicked up dust clouds. You know, I can see that actually. So I simply couldn't help but step in, you know. Thanks, Count Pepperon. By the way, what is this place? Looks like a prison to me. New Darlington. I noticed MASH because I've been keeping an eye on the place from a nearby hill. New Darlington's Beryl Citadel. I've been looking for a chance to sneak in for a long time. Up till now, I never found any openings I could use thanks to all of Morgan's monitoring spells. But when I saw that Mashi was about to charge straight in from the main gate, I thought, oh well, c'est la vie, and stopped her before it was too late. Then we snuck in together. That's right, Pepperoncino used Shugendo. I mean, Magecraft to find you, Senpai. All I did was follow the thread of the bond you share with MASH. If anything, I'm the one who should be thanking you. I never would have known this place was on the outskirts of New Darlington otherwise. New Darlington's outskirts? That's right. We're in an underground sanctuary. We came in through a little church out in the woods near the shore. Too bad it looks like this place is positively overrun with nasties now. Anyway, let's focus on getting out of here, shall we? This is the deepest floor of the sanctuary. A prison 80 meters below ground. It's a long wind away back to the surface, so make sure you're nice and limbered up first. I assume it was super cramped in that tiny little Atoria? You got it all wrong, Count. I don't think any kind of love is in the cards for me for... I haven't seen that face in a while.
Huh. Yes, I'm ready. Of course I'm ready. Oh my, her shoulders are as tense as anything. I do hope she'll be able to loosen up eventually. Well, we can worry about that later. Besides, it doesn't look like I need to stick my nose in any of that. I have a feeling time will solve a lot of these problems. Huh? Oh, don't you mind little old me. Now come on, let's hurry to the surface. And just so you know, Ritsuga, I'm counting on you to handle any nasties we run into on the way.
I just went through mental torture. What do you mean? This is so fucked up. So fucked up. Putting everything on me after what we just went through. Shaking my head, Pepe. Shaking my head. Forced mash. It's fine, I guess. Ibuki Doji. You and Mr. Merlinus, I think, will do quite nicely. Let's just pop these bad boys on. You know how it be. Alright. Oops, decent enough lineup. Can I move her to the back? No. Or... maybe? I think it allows me. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Oh, that's good with me. 4 out of 5 servants. I can use a teapot, I guess. Why not? Might be therapeutic to have servants hit stuff after that. Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, maybe. Maybe not as satisfying as hitting things yourself, but you know, better than nothing. That's true. Alright. If Ibuki would crit, thank you. Damn. Artoria. Por qué? Por qué? Why? Alright. The what that haunts something that haunts the underground. I hate bugs. For the crime of being bugs, they must burn. Even though this wouldn't do that much, but you know. One of them situations where it might have been better to have Mordred. Because Mordred's at least NP2. And could have maybe killed him? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Who knows? Actually, let's do it like this. Good, good, good. Everything is going all according to plan. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, Berserker time. Amours. Well, this is an... this ain't pleasant. Alright, well, Nuclear strike from orbit.
対厄災大儀式開門。ロンゴミニアドからエクスカリバーに変装。聖剣抜刀。最新よ、我らが罪を許したまえ。
You know, so yeah, I know it said Pepe said that he stopped Mash from going into the main gate, but like, surely Mash on the way there made enough of a ruckus to where Beryl must have been alerted that we were coming. There's no way we're getting out of here scot-free, right? I find that a little hard to believe. Like, there's no way we're getting out of here without there's something going catastrophically wrong. I mean, who knows? Maybe not, but I just don't got a good feeling about it. Seems fishy.
じゃあ次に行こ
Cause you're telling me no, not a single soul saw Mash running on up to New Darlington. Not a one. I don't know, man. Seems something ain't right about that. Something just ain't right. Okay, back to Beryl flashback. After arriving in the British Lost Belt, all I found were vast stretches of nothingness, and the Tree of Emptiness towering over them. There was no sign of anything resembling a country. This what-if version of Britain had ended in abject failure long ago. Whatever history it may have had was long since gone. Looks like Baobhan was all worked up over nothing. Still, none of that changed the fact that I was bored out of my skull. So I did what any good crypto would do and decided to summon a servant. And out popped Morgan. I am Morgan, the Fairy Queen, a ruler. I have come in response. I still think it's interesting how she's apparently a ruler here in the Lost Belt. Unless she's saying ruler as in like... No, that has to be referring to her class. I've come in response to your summons. You there, descendant of witches. Are you my master? I couldn't have made a worse first impression. She saw through me in a single glance. Still, I'd managed to summon Morgan. Morgan the Fairy Queen. The woman who made King Arthur's life hell. The dread witch who brought Camelot to its knees. If anyone could keep things interesting, it was her. I could even take her to the other Lost Belts to mess around there. Ah, sure am. Nice to meet you, Morgan. You and me, we're gonna have lots of fun together. As long as I could keep killing people, it was all good as far as I was concerned. So I welcomed Morgan into the fold, put my trust in her, and decided to turn in for the night. How'd that turn out? Huh? I went to sleep in an open field and woke up in a bed so fancy it almost made me sick. How long were you asleep for, Beryl? Welcome to Fairy Britain, Beryl Gut. Did you sleep well last night? The Tree of Emptiness is dead. The Four Gods' plans are no concern of mine. Huh? What are you... Whoa, you're right, it really is all dried up and dead. What the hell were you thinking? I have no further use for it. Fairy Britain is no longer a lost belt. And while I myself am no longer a servant... Okay. So she used the Tree of Emptiness's power to incarnate herself? Question mark? That seems like something she could have done. I'm willing to keep you on as my husband, Barrel Gut. This would purely be for appearance's sake, but the pretense will benefit us both. Hang on, what the hell is going on here? Or she merged with her... Okay. In the span of a single night, this barren island had become a civilized nation. There was no way I could tell Wodime that, so I gave up and accepted Morgan's offer to be her husband. The next 6 months were crazy. Tamlin Tristan Baobhan took a liking to me after I told her about proper human history. It was pretty cute the way her eyes would always light up when she pestered me to tell her more about the outside world. She was especially taken with fashion, and had a particular fascination with the latest shoe designs. I'm guessing she never found anywhere to belong in the land of Fae. Later, we built a national slaughterhouse theater in the dowdy old city of New Darlington. There, we put on every fun kind of show we could think up. Fairies hated Baobhan well before I came along. I just poured fuel on that fire. Ah, I see. That must be what happened. After thinking over for a while, I figured out what was going on. I'd summoned Morgan from proper human history, but when I woke up the next morning, the Lost Belt's Morgan had taken her place. There's no way there could be two Morgans in Britain. She's always been one of a kind. So the stronger one, which would have been the living one, ended up, like, absorbing the servant Morgan? So at some point in proper human history, Morgan must have transformed into Lost Belt Morgan. Okay. Correct. When you summoned me, I saw what had become of this British Lost Belt. Even in this hypothetical world, Britain still collapsed 2,000 years ago. This I could not allow. In an instant, I grasped both what had taken place in this Lost Belt's history and the mechanisms of Chaldea's summoning system. I deciphered the secrets of ray shifting and used them myself. I knew it. Hot damn, you really are a monstrous genius among monstrous geniuses, aren't you? Yeah. You ray shifted yourself back in time and rewrote Britain's entire history. And you did it all within a few hours of me summoning you. Damn, girl! Oh, so is that what that was all about? Were you in a hurry to fix things because this place couldn't have come about as long as I knew about the old Lost Belt? True. I didn't need to alter the past while your consciousness was shut down. Information is the only thing which can be ray-shifted. To ray-shift a living person to a singularity, one must first use a coffin to transform their body into pseudo-spiritrons. Pure information. Impressive though this theory of magecraft is, it's only made possible by singularities existing outside normal space-time. However, that's still no more than a way to correct distortions. A system that can only function within the confines of a singularity. Ray-shifting is not time-traveling, and thus cannot be used to alter the past. However, I already existed in this Lost Belt. I was here in Fate Era 4000, as the Fairy of Paradise sent from Avalon. I see. So you sent your own knowledge back into the past.
Servants are ghost liners, which is just concentrated information when you get down to it.
So, basically, she... Same thing as like Shiro and Emiya in FSN, just race shifted the knowledge back in time to her other self, rather than it being through contact, or direct contact, tact.
Of course, even a servant would normally disperse as soon as the race shifted anywhere that wasn't a singularity. But if there was someone on the other end to receive that information, like a pre-existing email account, well, that's another story entirely.
This is literally Steins Gate. This is literally Steins Gate logic.
Huh. Like a pre-existing email account, well, it's another story entirely. In proper human history, you were a witch who was defeated by King Arthur and lost your hold over Britain. As that history's Queen Morgan, you were rejected by the entire Isle. So you decided to entrust those memories, that information, to the version of yourself that was born in this lost belt, didn't you? Correct. Following that race shift, the Morgan of proper human history, the servant you summoned, ceased to exist. But in exchange for her resolve, the Morgan of this lost belt learned the fate that awaited her. In the first original version of the Fate era, the Fairy of Paradise was murdered. And all but a handful of fairies were wiped out in the Great Calamity of Fate era 12,000. Once I learned of that truth from my proper human history self, I was able to escape my would-be murderers and survive. I then changed the course of that destructive history and killed the Tree of Emptiness. Doing so would ultimately destroy this lost belt, but it also provided me with an opportunity. So long as someone capable of keeping this world alive remained, this lost belt would transform from fantasy into reality. That is the world in which you now find you find yourself. This is the era of the High Queen. This land is my fairy Britain. I built it with my own hands, and no one will ever take it from me.
Okay. Okay, so that explains everything as to why she was a servant, but also not, because she isn't the servant anymore. Okay, so that explains everything and how we got here, which is actually a lot more simple. Well, I say simple, but it was less convoluted than I was expecting, I guess.
Yep, she's one hell of a woman. Probably the scariest one I've ever met in my life. She race-shifted her own will into the past while I was asleep, even though it cost her life. Then the Morgan from this lost belt inherited that knowledge, killed the Tree of Emptiness, and made a new history just for her. I don't like to think about this next part too much, but I probably disappeared too while all that was going on. Yeah, probably. I had seen the version of Britain from 2019 where the Tree of Emptiness was still alive and well. So I must have died that night after falling asleep, and the me thinking these thoughts is just a look-alike. Morgan whipped up the next morning. Yeah?
So, that would imply Morgan has some kind of, like, cloning magic? Like, she was able to clone him from the memory from the knowledge that was passed down from the servant her, which is kind of insane. Is that a problem?
Nope, all good here.
Huh?
Well, you've already been resurrected to suit someone else's purposes once before. Why worry about a second time? Still, things are gonna be different now. Without the Tree of Emptiness in the way, the era of the High Queen's been firmly established. You can't bring any more dead people back to life to iron out inconsistencies, and any outsiders who show up won't be able to mess with it either. You do know the Chaldeans are gonna do everything they can to destroy this Britain of yours, right?
I see no reason to be concerned with them. My enemy is your colleague, and Olympus's Tree of Emptiness, which now covers the entire planet.
Damn, so you're planning to go on the offensive against the distant lost belt next? Granted, that probably is more urgent for you. But still, Odam's no pushover, you know. And those Olympian gods seem like pretty bad news too. Besides, Odam doesn't seem especially pitiful or interesting. Killing him would be a pretty big risk, and there wouldn't be much reward even if I succeeded.
Are you saying you have no wish to fight Olympus's Cryptor? Did you not tell me that each Cryptor is competing with the others? Is that not why you were all resurrected? To vie to become the king of this planet?
Nah, I don't know about the others, but I got zero interest in being a king.
Then why did you answer the foreign god's call? Was mere survival your only concern?
Well, yeah. Imagine you suddenly woke up dead and a mysterious voice says you're gonna stay that way unless you accept their offer. Isn't it natural for humans to bet on any opportunity that'll mean life over death?
Not for you. You have no attachment to your own life, and neither do you place any value on the lives of others. You live only for the moment, and seek nothing beyond that. You're prepared to meet your end at any time. A man such as you would never awaken simply to keep living.
You're giving me way too much credit, Your Majesty. I'm just your everyday hedonist. Sure, living is a pain in the ass, but I can deal with that as long as there's fun stuff to make up for it. Take to Emily Gawain, for instance. She seems interesting. It'd be fun to mess with her. Spriggan, on the other hand, seems boring. He'd be better off as the villain of a B-movie. And that's all there is to me, Morgan. Incidentally, you seem boring too. By which I mean you won't be any good for helping me pass the time. So you can just relax and do your queen thing. Besides, I'm not strong enough to kill you anyway.
Very self-aware, I guess. What about Tristan, then? How do you see her?
Lady Spinel, huh? She's a jewel, that's for sure. I'm happy to take care of a pretty young lady like that. But she's a dead end. She's neither pitiful nor interesting. Just the thought of harming her arms and legs makes my chest tighten up. The more promising someone's future is, the more it makes me want to ruin it.
Oh. Interesting. Believe me, I'm aware of how bad that makes me sound.
I guess putting someone pitiful out of their misery is just my way of expressing my love.
Right, love, yeah. That's what that is. Yep. Makes sense. For sure. All right. Well. that makes sense now why during the fragment or mash was back in time. Why Ash didn't seem so as kind as you would have thought. Because she had memories and knowledge from her future self to make her a little bit jaded. But you know, it's understandable, I suppose. Did anyone else feel that tremor? It almost felt like the prelude to an earthquake. An earthquake? We almost never get those in Britain. Let's hurry. I've got a bad feeling about this. Pepe? Are you not feeling well? I couldn't help but notice that you haven't quite seemed like yourself. Oh, Mashy. You really don't miss anything, do you? Well, don't worry about me. I'm just feeling a little bummed out, that's all. But I do appreciate you looking out for me. Thanks, Mashy. Now come on. Once we get through that door and out to the hall, it's a straight shot back to the surface. So let's get going already. You guys still aren't anywhere close to done. No, I suppose we're not, are we? What are those things? Those are the human Moors we fought before, don't you remember? Did Ritsuka not see them when we fought them at the end of... Okay. Maybe Muramasa shoved us back into the carriage before we got a look at them. Whoa, their bodies are rotten. They're corpses. The remains of the people who died in the calamity of Darlington 100 years ago come back to life. Now I see. This was a human burial ground. Alright. If they mean to attack us, we'll just have to defend ourselves. I'll keep the fighting to a minimum and secure a path to the upper floors. I guess, maybe Baobhan Shi was trying to... What? I'm sorry? I'm sorry? Observing. Okay, they're okay. At least we still got the bond points for it, I guess. What? You're not gonna attack him? Well, that's boring. I went to a lot of trouble to release these human Moors from the observation room, too. Human Moors?
Let's not worry about that barrel. Hey, Aritsuka, this makes what, 3 times you've run into each other now? Feels like you and I are more than just acquaintances by now, doesn't it?
You said these things are human Moors. Does that mean what I think it does?
As you can see, these things are human. But they're not corpses like you thought they were. There's only one dead body left in all of Britain. Nah, these guys are the fruit of a little research project I've been working on the last 6 months. I wondered what would happen if you transplanted the Moor's curse to a human. Well, here's the answer. They're alive and they're dead. Dead but alive. Being like that's so painful for them, all they can do is implore anyone who passes nearby for help. But that makes them pretty great parting gifts. Because now Morse poison can infect humans just as well as it can fairies. And if we'd fought them, we'd have been... Still, I'm not surprised to see Mash show up. I didn't expect to see you here too, Pepperoncino. I expect you to be here too, Pepperoncino. I didn't think you'd come all the way to Britain just to avenge old Bodheim. I never pegged you for the hot-blooded type. If anything, I figured you were more like me.
That's true. You're a cleaner and I'm a killer. Neither of us are ever good people. Right, wrong. Even whether this benefits me. None of that matters to me right now. I'm just here to kill you. If someone pisses scum like us off, that's all the reason we need to kill them, isn't it?
You know, when you're right, you're right. Guess this means emotional appeals and peaceful discussion are off the table then. Yeah, no, that's been off the table for a long time. Don't tell me that was... That's right. And as you can see, this burial ground's long past its prime, so I thought I would give it a little renovation. Now it's time to bury the evidence before Morgan finds out I got carried away with my experiments. I didn't have to tell you guys that, but hey, you, me, and Mash were all part of Team A once, right, Pepperoncino? So I figured the least I could do is warn you to scram before you wind up buried alive. I don't know about Ritsuka, but at least you two might be able to make it out of here in time. Oh, we'll get out, don't you worry. Barrel, get back here! You son of a bitch!
But he said these people are still alive. Stay away from them. Don't you get it? You can't help them anymore. No one can. We're so deep underground. If we don't hurry out of here, we'll be dead too. Once we have a safe way out of here, then we can worry about rescuing anyone we can.
Got it.
I'll use Magecraft to help keep us safe. Let's hurry upstairs, Ritsuka.
Did we make it? Maybe?
No, we're still underground. To reach the surface, we need to get to the farthest end of the sanctuary. Stop. Go back to the staircase.
Huh? Why? Pepe?
Phew. That was close. Oh, it looks like I just made it. Sorry for kicking you all out so fast. I know my leg's just terribly long. Is anyone hurt? No?
Oh good, Pepe, what are you doing? What's going on, Count Pepperone?
Oh, there's just a little poison gas in here. Hang on while I go shut it off, okay?
Does Pepperone not know that we have poison resistance? We could have done that. What? Pepe? Pepe? Don't worry, as you know, I trained in Shugendo up in the mountains, so karma doesn't affect me much. I can survive the gas for a good while.
Karma? I don't understand. What do you mean by... I'd say this should take me about 3 minutes. I could do it faster if I wasn't so tired, but oh well. Ritsuka, Mashi, do you two trust me enough to wait until I get back?
Of course we do, Pepe.
Great. Alrighty. I'm just gonna go take care of this. This should be fun. I haven't had a chance to use my full strength in a long time. Pepe? Pepe?
I didn't like the sound of that. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. I'm opening the door. Well, I'm sure that blood splatter was no big deal, right?
Oh my, 3 minutes already? Time does fly when you're having fun, doesn't it? There you go, it's all spick and span. Now let's get out of here before it all comes crashing down, shall we?
I never doubted you could do it, Pepe. Why did Artoria look so concerned? Although, exactly what kind of poisonous gas was it?
The ceiling in here is about 40 meters high. Was the gas heavier than air? Something like that. All sorts of things tend to stagnate in the air under a cemetery. Count Pepperone? Are you? Oh my, such fire in your eyes. Are you burning to continue our little love talk from earlier? Never mind. It's nothing. Oh, well, it's too bad. I was so looking forward to chatting about romance. I guess it's just how you've always lived your life, Matoria. I do have my concerns about that, but this time I appreciate it. In that case, mind keeping it to yourself until all's said and done? Thanks, hon.
Yeah, no, he's injured. By what? Who knows, but he's definitely injured.
The lower levels must be completely buried by now. Come on, let's get out of here while we still can. Right, the exit's just over there. I'll lead the way.
Pepe, what you hiding, buddy? Pepe. There it is.
Be careful, Master. I'm detecting a powerful hostile magical energy signal up ahead.
Oh, come on. How'd you get up here without a scratch on you? What the hell, guys? I should have taken at least 1 or 2 of you out. And you, Ritsuka. Why are you looking at me like that? Is that really your idea of a master sworn to defend humanity? Huh? What are you talking about?
Don't waste your time on the likes of him, Ritsuka.
It wasn't poison gas, was it? It was some sort of ambush. By what? I don't know, maybe traps? But, something ain't right.
Don't waste your time on the likes of him, Ritsuka. I was hoping to take care of him myself, but would you 3 mind kicking us tiny for me? Just be thorough about it, yeah? We don't want him ever doing anything nasty again. Alright. I'm sorry, Beryl, but we don't have time to waste. If you're going to stand in our way, I'm going to have to force my way past you.
I see. Guess you didn't care for my game then. Yeah, unfortunately, we have no idea what you're talking about. Care to enlighten us, Pepe? Alright, looks like I'll have to break out the big guns. I think he's about to use that Wodime transformation he just got a few sections ago. Did he just deflect Mash's charge?
That magical energy aura. Stand back, everyone. He's...
Yeah. Oh, not Wodime. Woodwoes. You know what I meant. They both start with W-O. You know what I meant. So about this. I didn't want to have to show a side of myself. I didn't have to. But I've waited long enough to be alone with Mesh. Time for the rest of you guys to give us some privacy.
He has... No, it can't be. That's Woodwow's spirit origin.
But dark. Dark Woodwow's altar, you could say. Alright, this is actually a good time for Bazette. I'm gonna turn the teapots off though. I'm also gonna give her a good craft essence. Let's go NP strength. Where's my leveled up Grail? Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Alright, this should work. Hopefully. There's no way he's as strong as the original Woodwows though, right? Like, definitely strong enough to slow us down. But there's no way he's as strong. Especially since we're not getting a full party. But I also don't think we're gonna have to actually beat him here. So... Black Wolf.
送り狼には気をつけろって教わらなかったかい？捕らえられるかしら？
Okay. Part of my lineage. Yeah, let's do this. Well, no, I know. I like they've done, but well, actually, no. There is that old like folk tale of. I don't know. I can't word what I meant by my confusion there. Don't worry about it. I know he's... Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not even sure why I was... It was just a weird thing to say, I guess, when Vicaldians don't know the context, I guess. Like, for them, him saying it's part of his lineage makes no sense, I guess. I suppose it doesn't matter what I do. Oh, thanks, Pepe. We would have broken his break bar anyway, but
ターゲット浅い
okay, yeah, he's
落ち着けよ兄弟
kind of
ありが
not.
とうございます
Oh, okay.
皆さんのおかげです
So far, he's not nearly as intimidating as Woodwose was, but then just ended at one break bar. Okay. Man, I knew we weren't gonna kill him, but I thought we'd have to at least break the second break bar. What, tired already? Oh, come on, I'm just getting started. I didn't go to the trouble of copying Woodwose's spirit origin just for us to screw around.
That's what was the spirit origin? Not Rhinox?
Well, I mean, Woodwose is the successor to Rhinox, right? So, I mean, technically, kind of. Kind of. That's right, it belongs to the head of the Fang clan.
Either way, that doesn't change the fact that he has an A-race spirit origin. We don't have any weapons able to penetrate the Grand Duke of Waste Heat's hide.
Look at you, little savior. Clever, ain't ya? I'm gonna tell you there's no point fighting, do I? Still, I wish your idiot friends would get it through the thick skulls and none of you are getting out alive. Isn't that right, Peperoncino? Don't think I don't see you trying to sneak up on me.
Pepe!
One down, 3 to go. Later, Peperoncino. Could have killed you whenever I wanted, but I was cutting you a break for old time's sake. Huh?
So I'm guessing when Pepe kicked us down the stairs, he was fighting human Moors. He got hit and is now infected, and he just infected Beryl.
Gah, gross, I feel sick. Ew, what the hell did you do to me? What is this?
Don't you recognize it? You've been testing it on who knows how many people.
Yeah, I think he was... Unless all that was just from that one blow from... from Beryl, I think he was probably using Magecraft to hide how hurt he was.
I was carrying enough for 500 people. Now I'll pass it on to you.
What? You bastard. You already...
That's right. I was already practically dead. So how do you like to taste your own damn curse? The one that reflects right back onto you when you kill someone.
Gah.
I mean, woohoo, way to go, Pepe, but also, what do you mean you fought and got cursed by 500 of those? I'm assuming he said I have enough for 500 that he had to fight and kill 500 of them in 3 minutes. Anyone, is that not kind of absurd, or am I the only one who? Okay, well, all right. Okay, I guess. I mean, we already knew Pepe was strong, but that seems a little overpowered almost. Stop. Go back to the staircase.
Okay, we're gonna see.
$200, $300. Oh my, can't even count them all. This must be where he was keeping all the humans he was experimenting on. I knew Beryl was a botanist and that he knew a lot about witch magecraft and potions. But I had no idea he could also abuse curses like this. Those British witches really are bad news, aren't they? Yeah. There's no way we can get past all of them unharmed. Get too close and they'll come after you begging for help. Touch them and be poisoned. Kill them and get cursed. Well, Mashy's immune to poison, so that probably wouldn't work on her. The real cruelty of it, though, is how it's meant to make you kill helpless innocents. Even if it is just a malicious prank taken too far. It'll hurt Mashy and Ritsuka the most. Scumbag or not, though, I'm still their senpai. I'll just have to handle this for them.
Oh, Pepe, Pepe, Pepe. There we go, all done. Now I just need to cast a little illusion. Move the bodies over to the corner, hide all the blood and guts. I mean, I guess it's maybe not that. Because the first 100 or so probably didn't even fight back until they realized what was going on, right? Because they're asking for help. So the first 100 probably went by pretty quick. But yeah. Move the bodies over to the corner, hide all the blood and guts, and... Oh gosh, just look at me. My outfit and makeup are all a mess. Makes sense though, one curse for every person I just killed. Now my intestines are pulverized and my skin's in tatters. It's gonna take more than a trip to the spa to bounce back from this. Or maybe none of them ever fought back and that this was all from the curse. Which I guess it seems to be the case. Any halfway decent person would follow you all to the grave now. But I can't do that just yet. Would you all mind waiting just a little bit longer? I have one last thing I need to take care of. Yeah. Cursing the one that made you all this way. What the shit? What's wrong with this head of the Fang Clan body? How the hell is the Morris curse even working on it? That's a little something for me, darling. I mixed in a little extra retaliating curse of my own, to sweeten the deal, so to speak. Retaliating curse? You son of a... Is that any way to fight like a man? Says the guy who stabbed Wodime in the back when he was already injured. Or he wasn't injured, but he had his guard down, like, defending against... Yeah. Haha, good. Please stop, Beryl. It really hurts to laugh right now. This is no time to be laughing, Pepe. We need to treat you right away. Thank you, Mashy, but don't you worry about that. Ritsuka, you know what you have to do. I do. Right. Preparing to take out hostile Black Wolf at full power. Going back to the MASH being, you know, in the past thing, I feel like they could make a whole anime based purely on the adventures of MASH and Ash the Savior up to when MASH gets sealed in the crystal coffin. or even just a manga or something. I was just thinking about that, like, that would make a good self-contained, like, short, like, OVAs. Well, maybe like short, not short, but like, you know, Konosuba season length, like 10 episodes. I don't know. I should thinking about that. They have to write, like, more exact details. Like, we get a general overview and idea of what happens, but they have to, yeah, they have to. Still an interesting idea, though. But yeah, it's another one of those things where it's like, yeah, never gonna happen. But I think it'd be interesting. Alright, Barrel, you son of a bitch. Alright, unfortunately, this will only get him down to 1 HP. Can't kill him. Imagine the satisfaction of the anime approach. Like, yeah, true.
了解やります。はい暗殺 A はイングやっターゲット
おっとちょいと喉が渇くな。落ち着けよ。
That's why they need a LB6 anime. Like a full LB6 anime. Then have like the MASH in the past story is like a little season that takes place in between like the two main seasons. I don't know. Yeah, just do this again. I can't use MASH as invincible though, which sucks. I'll stun you, I think, and we'll just do this for now. The next turn, I can use MASH as invincible on Bazzy. Perfect. Boom. Boom. Boom.
アンサーここでまっすぐ浅い
ちょいと喉が渇くな。
フラガラク
おっとそこだ。
切り札
Yeah, good try,
こ
buddy.
ちらが先だ。
どうだい。
切り札こちらが先だ。
おっと
Man, Bazzy's so good. She's so strong.
了解もちろんせい
おっとおっと
フィニッシュ
おいおいこんなのありかよ。
It's very fair.
金の値が
You don't get to talk about things being unfair. You have the least right out of anyone to say something's not fair. You little bastard. Gah. You really did it, damn it. I'm impressed, Pepperoncino. Alright, I see how it is. I admit you got me. I'm the one who messed up, so I'll be the one to run for it. He escaped to the skylight. I guess we won't be following him. Not that it matters now. Pepe! Pepe! Oh, was I sleeping? Silly me, I can't believe I missed your big fight scene. It's alright, Pepe. Still, at least I can tell from your faces that you won. Even though you both look like you're about to cry. Come now, cheer up. You're supposed to smile and high-five after you win a fight, not rail on your own parade. But, it wouldn't be alive now if not for you. And we didn't even realize what you'd done for us. Oh, whatever are you talking about?
All I did was try to sneak attack a barrel and fail miserably. So of course things turned out this way. Besides, it's only right that I be the one to take responsibility for my actions, you know.
We're out of time. It's collapsing.
Now go on. You need to get going already. This was just a detour, remember? Don't worry about me. This is as far as I go. I'm already dead anyway.
We should at least get you outside.
Oh, Ritsuka. Mashi, I can understand. Not you. Carrying the dead will only slow you down. Especially now when I'm full to bursting with curses. Besides, we're enemies. We were always going to go our separate ways sooner or later. Not to mention I really am a despicable murderer. I just went after someone worse this time. Believe me, you two have no reason to mourn someone like me.
But I still don't know anything about that side of you.
Exactly. I'm glad you never did. I'm glad my lovely little Kohai never ended up hating me. Pepe! Hey now, no crying. Besides, Beryl and I are cut from the same cloth. We're both worthless good-for-nothings at heart. I was always thinking more about how things would end than how long they'd keep going. Do you know why people like me violate the law? It's not because we want to do bad things. We just want to get out of keeping on for keeping on's sake. The laws people make are meant to help them flourish longer and better, just like humanity itself. So after defying them, ignoring them, and breaking them, the bills finally come due. But you two aren't like that. You two want to keep on keeping on, right? Then that's exactly what you should do. You should keep running and running. Until you've gone so far, people like me can't even see you anymore. You have to do that at least that much if I'm going to die by myself. I'm too much of a coward otherwise. Go on now. Take Mashi and get out of here. You're her master, aren't you?
Okay. Thanks, Pepe. It's been a blast.
Why, thank you, darling. It's been a blast for me, too. Don't forget, now you've come this far, you'd better save Britain and Artoria. As something of an expert on curses, I can sense what type it is that's covering all of Britain now. Listen to me closely. Your real enemy here is someone who's out to bring an end to everything. Remember that well, and don't let your guard down until it's well and truly over.
Oh, interesting. It's Murenji Aro now is his real name.
Good. They made it to the exit. That wraps up the last of my unfinished business. I'm not scared or in pain anymore, but I guess I do still have some bitter memories. I killed them. All of them. In the span of a few minutes, while the moon was hidden behind clouds, I killed all 400 members of my clan while they slept. It was quick and methodical, like mowing a lawn. Just like how I mowed down all those sick, helpless people earlier. When I was 10 years old, my clan expected great things of me. They saw me as the first genius born to the clan since our Founders' Day. I wanted to live up to their expectations, but it simply wasn't possible. I was born with different inclinations. My heart and my body never quite fit. My mind was fundamentally opposed to being the kind of person the world at large demanded I be. My clan wanted me to father lots of children, so my superior genes would be passed down and preserved. But I just couldn't do it. Some people understood me, but there was nobody else like me. I heard whispers from some people wishing I had been talentless, so they could have given up on me. But I wasn't especially bothered. I never had any grudges or complaints. I did wonder why I'd been born the way I was. But I didn't begrudge anyone or hate anyone, or feel bad about my situation. I know I couldn't help having been born who I am. It wasn't my place to gripe about it, and it wasn't worth asserting my rights over either. The only thing I felt a little bad about was knowing that there would never be anything more to my life. Urgency is the power to know your own fate. By the time I was 10 years old, I knew that my soul would never be reincarnated again. I might have been sad about that if I'd still been in the middle of my journey, but instead, knowing this would be my last life, I only felt pity for this imperfect world and the fate all humans are given. Fast forward 10 years. There was nothing left for me to learn on the mountain, and so I decided to put it behind me. But before I did that, there was something else I needed to do.
Yeah.
Right before they died, they all looked at me with such shock as if to say, "Why are you doing this?" We all been through a lot together. We may have been irredeemable scum, but we were still practically family. And yes, I did love everyone in the Morenchi clan, but that child has no talent whatsoever. We should put him out of his misery now. Don't be ridiculous, he's still soft, that's all.
Just put one of his eyes out and make him kill his little brother. That'll make him awaken to his true talent. Good point. Better to bet on one making it than getting rid of both of them. Exactly. Besides, that's what they did to us when we were that age, right? When I overheard the conversation, I cried. I knew then that there was no place in modern society for a clan with karma like that.
That was my last memory as Morenchi Aro. After that, I completely forgot everything that happened on that mountain. I also stopped thinking of what I did as a crime. Really, I stopped thinking of it as part of my past at all.
Yeah, no, your clan was fucked up, and I guess so are you in a way.
I swear I really am scum. After everything I did, I still have nothing but fond memories of my time there. No wonder I was fated to die alone. That's what I get for killing everyone else myself. Really, it was shameless of me to even consider wanting to go out on a high note. Oh. So that's why he did that. I can't believe I only just realized it now. I swear. I always thought it was sudden, even for him. Thank you, David. Thank you for using that once-in-a-lifetime ticket to come see me when I was at my most beautiful.
What David predicted. You die soon. Man. I liked Pepe. I thought he was a good character. But I guess that's why killing him off is, rather than like some random savior who comes out of nowhere and then just dies immediately, is better. We actually got to know him. Last time we were baking chocolate. Yeah, I'd pull the whole 180. Pepe.
I didn't know the Count for very long, but I could tell he killed a lot of people, just like he said. He had no sympathy for those he killed or for himself as he was about to die. He was cruel and cold-blooded. Artoria, I feel like she's just trying to make us feel better about his death, but shut the fuck up. So much so that we really don't need to waste time mourning him. That being said, he was under no delusions about who he was, and he never lied to you. He was so true to himself, it was almost scary. He really did do whatever he liked, however he felt like it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is... he was just doing what he wanted to, right? Right. I'm sure he would have smiled and said so himself. He was a strange, mysterious sort of person through and through. He was more egalitarian with himself and those around him than anyone I've ever met. Okay. Let's go. There. I see them. Your tracking capabilities truly are exceptional, Lady Da Vinci. You know it. Now I'm really glad I added the camera function to Typhone. Hey, Ritsuka, Mash, Artoria. Are you guys okay? Come on, we've got places to be. We were just kidnapped. And thank you, there we go, it's better. That's the crying face I wanted to see. I see. So Pepe's... What a loss. I was always hoping he would take over as the new head of Norwick one day. Yeah, it's sad, but I'm afraid you'll have to mourn him later. Don't you got something to tell them, Da Vinci? Oh? I could tell him myself if you like, but I figure it's better coming from you. Oh right, Artoria, we got an emergency message from Oberon. It said the Round Table Army has captured Oxford. You can ring the bell of pilgrimage at any time. Please get here before the Queen's army comes to retake it. Huh. That's right, Percival beat the Fang clan while we were away up north, so we don't even have to fight this time. Oh, it's convenient. Unless the Queen's army gets there as we're leaving, then that might be a problem, but okay, yeah, sure. No fighting. I know, come on. Let's get to Oxford as soon as we can. I guess we don't have to fight to get to the bell. At least. I would say, seeing as how he's that strong, I wonder if Pepe could ever be like a servant, but he said this is his last life, which probably includes, because even though it's not reincarnation technically, it would still be a new life sort of if he was a servant, so it wouldn't really work. But I'm sure if Los Angeles saw there was enough demand for it, they'd be like, yeah, we can make it work. we can make it work. But realistically, it's probably better they don't. But anyway, I had originally planned to do 2 sections today, but right before stream, like half hour before, I was asked to watch my grandfather at 1. So I only have an hour till then. You think I can do this section in an hour? Like 45, 50 minutes to an hour? Maybe. I might be able to.
Alright, come on. Shielu. No. Buddha can be a servant, so at least some forms of escape from cycle of rebirth don't prevent one from being a servant. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I don't really know anything about the Buddha. I was yeah. No. So yeah, I don't know if I didn't know if he all I know is that yeah, the Buddha's Buddhism. That's really it. But so yeah, if that's the case, yeah, that's not necessarily any reason Pepe couldn't. Oh yeah, no, true. I had actually forgot about that. Yeah, it has been mentioned before. In which case, there actually definitely could, in some point, be a Pepe servant. Again, whether he would qualify to even end up in the Throne of Heroes is questionable. But I'm sure they can make it work. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start this, and then hopefully I have time. I'm gonna have like 50 minutes. Let's see if we can get through this in that time. Yeah, hey, yo, Percy, we're here.
Oh wow, back from New Darlington in only half a day. That must be a new record. We really are lucky to have Reg Ribbit in that brand new wagon he got for us.
My back and butt are killing me.
I see you're still in high spirits. That's great. I feel more hopeful for our future prospects than ever. Future prospects. Welcome back from Orkney, everyone. I'm glad to see you all alive and well.
Huh? Just you here, Percival? Where's Gareth? Alright, Londinium. That's a shame, but it's also understandable. Thanks for taking care of Oxford, Percival. Couldn't have been easy to conquer a city with walls like that.
Oh no, I could never have done it without Artoria. We asked for peaceful negotiations several times after we surrounded the city, but they refused to listen. We were just settling in for a protracted battle when we heard Orkney's bell ring out. That boosted the Round Table Army's morale, and sent the Oxford soldiers into a panic. Percival's just being modest. It's just being modest. Even without Orkney's bell, he could have taken the city in a few days. Well, better, like a day or two than a few days. It's not just Fang Clan fairies living in Oxford. There are Earth and Wind Clan fairies too. And their frustrations alone had the whole city on edge, like a bomb just waiting to go off. They were more resentful of the Fang Clan than they were afraid of the Round Table Army surrounding them. So thanks in part to that internal pressure, the Fang Clan had a change of heart. They weren't serving Morgan because they truly believed in her. It was really only Woodrose who was devoted to her. But now that he's fallen, and without a leader to take his place, they honestly didn't know what to do what to do anymore. I see, so that's where the negotiations worked. Still, how'd those talks actually go? I mean, the Fang Clan is literally optimized for combat. I can't imagine they'd be too eager to form a peaceful alliance. That's true. Even putting the Round Table Army aside, we've seen a lot of fairies among the volunteer soldiers, with their own grudges against the Fang Clan. In particular, a number of Woodrose's officers have been plundering nearby villages. And we've had a lot of requests from fairies wishing to take their revenge on them. So suffice to say, it would be pretty difficult to recruit the Fang clan into the rebel army at this point. Yeah, that makes sense, but we also can't just do nothing about them. And keeping them all locked up in Londinium until our war with the Queen is over doesn't seem very realistic either. Yeah, probably a few too many of them for that to work. Yes, we discussed how to handle them among ourselves. But then Lady Murian came along with a proposition. I don't like that. I don't trust Murian. Murian? From Gloucester? Ah, that's right. She said Gloucester would join the rebel army as long as we guaranteed the Fang clan's safety. She said Gloucester will take in any Fang clan ferry with nowhere else to go, as part of an emergency war effort. Thanks to that, we were able to guarantee the safety of any soldier who surrendered, which turned out to be the key to our peaceful takeover. We did take the liberty of shackling all the Fang clan ferries who surrendered in front of the other soldiers. Probably, but this isn't the place for that kind of discussion. But once they arrive in Gloucester, their shackles will be removed, and there'll be free ferries again. Lady Murian said she'll employ them as mercenaries, which works out since Gloucester doesn't currently have a garrison. Can't help but be a little nervous. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Murian. I don't know a Sakura, more specifically BB-esque character. Even if technically here she isn't related to BB at all, too risky. I don't trust it. Ah, that's right, it's Tufa. Now we don't have to worry about dealing with the Fang clan. And we also have Murian on our side. Though really, Gloucester's basically been on our side since we rung the bell. Anyway, it feels good to finally have all our ducks in a row, doesn't it? Well, yeah, it does, but I don't know. Does this mean you've already had the Fang clan brought to Gloucester? Ah, that's right. Every one of them who surrendered here, along with the prisoners we've been keeping in Londinium. In fact, Murian said that every Fang clan member in Britain, well, except for the ones who live in Camelot, was welcome to come. I don't like the fact that Murian's essentially conglomerating forces in Gloucester. That... well, it seems very suspect. Woodrow's banned his clan from most forms of entertainment aside from going to restaurants, after all. So I'd bet by this point all the Fang clan fairies, who've never seen anything like Gloucester's glitz before, must be having the time of their lives. Why not? Well, remember before, it was like a bunch of sections ago, like right after we first met her. Or... no, right after we beat Woodrow's, we had a scene with her and Kayanskia where she was like, the Fang clan is mine. I'm not gonna let them... Actually, wait, wasn't it the Fang clan who wiped out the Wing clan? What if she's just trying to get all the Fang clan members in Gloucester to deal with herself?
I'm sure she's gotten over it. It's been, what, 1,600 years since the Wing Clan was taken out? I'm sure she's over it, right? She's probably over it. She wouldn't slaughter thousands of Fang Clan fairies, right? Definitely. That'd be ridiculous. I'm sure nothing of the sort's happening there, right? I think it was 1,200 years ago. Oh, is it High Queen era 800? For some reason, I thought it was 400.
Are you okay, Lady Murian? You look a bit pale and you don't seem quite yourself. Perhaps you should lie down for a while.
If you like, I'd be happy to show the Fang Clan fairies to their quarters myself. Don't be ridiculous, Koyanskia.
I've never felt better in my life. I've been waiting so long for this moment, and it's finally here.
I've been preparing for so long I'd be ready when it came. For so long, so I'd be ready when it came. For what? I haven't felt this light on my feet since my last visit to the Royal Library. Oh, while we're at it, would you like to take a look? I'm especially proud of this one. Oh yes, I'd love to. I've actually been dying to see it up close. I simply love learning about new technology. Oh wow, so that works like that, and this fits into this? Wow, you even perfectly replicated the water. And as for the buildings, oh my, just look at all this detail. And I see you even have double beds. Huh. Did she create a garden of her own that she's gonna imprison the Fang Clan fairies in?
Well, does it meet your standards? Does it? Why, I'm downright jealous.
I can scarcely tear my eyes away from the sheer quality,
nor can I believe the sheer originality.
It's elaborate, exquisite, beautiful, and simply superb. I'd love to have something so dedicated to... in my own company. So dedicated to torture? Thank you, Lady Fox. Now that I'm in an excellent mood, I'm going to get to work. Just to be sure, would you mind guarding this room? To think that a woman of my talents would be reduced to working security.
Of course I'll be glad to help. I won't let so much as a mouse past me while you're gone.
That being said... Are you sure you want to do this now? You said yourself you could do it you could do it any time.
I'm surprised to hear that from you, Kuyanskia. When you get a chance, you take it immediately, right?
Chance at what? I do understand how Lady Murian feels, at least to a degree. But I also know that, well, it's normal for fools to do foolish things. Wise people doing foolish things always leads them to ruin. I do hope you know that as well, Lady Murian. Nah, surely she's not going to... Nah, no way, right? No way.
Thank you for your understanding, everyone. I have gone ahead and removed your shackles now. I do hope none of you were injured on the way here. If anything's bothering you, please don't hesitate to let me know.
You think mere man-made shackles could harm the Fang Clan? We could have torn them off whenever we wanted. Now you listen to me. We didn't put those shackles on because we yielded to the Round Table Army. We only did it to save face. Your face, since you asked to hire us. Got that?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for your consideration. Once the Queen and the Rebel Army clash at Camelot, chaos is bound to follow. And I know I won't be able to preach the virtues of neutrality to Gloucester's citizens if their hunger should turn to violence. So even though this goes against the Wing Clan's principles, I've decided Gloucester needs a force of its own, if only temporarily.
Humph. Sounds like the kind of talk I'd expect from bugs.
You gonna talk like that to her face after she just pretty much saved you? Okay, yeah, that's a great idea. Great plan, buddy.
Your clan's always been parasites depending on the strong to survive after all. Alright, there's no clan left, is there? You're all this.
You know what? I feel less bad for them now.
And yet you're still clinging to your clan's pride, huh? What a greedy little bug you are. If you ask me, the only thing bugs like you are good for is being scraped off our heels.
I see Bacon's running his mouth again.
Well, he is our de facto leader now that Lord Woodwose is gone. Hey, you all agree, right? The so-called Wing Clan doesn't even count as one of the 6 clans anymore, does it?
Yeah, you said it, sir.
Teehee, what a way with words you have. I couldn't agree more.
Oh, is that so? Good to see you know your place. Alright, let's see our new homes. The Fang Clan has 1,200 fighters, 600 support units, and 400 trainers. And the deal was that you'd welcome all of us to Gloucester as upper-class citizens. Where are the ones who got here ahead of us? What about the prisoners from Londinium?
Oh yes, they've all been freed from their shackles as well. They've been chatting amongst themselves in the ballroom for a while now. You'll find them all up ahead right through those doors. In fact, we're just about to begin your welcome celebration. Our food may not compare to Oxford's restaurants, but we do have a very unique cooking style of our own.
Gloucester cuisine, I can't wait to try it. I was getting tired of Woodwose's vegetarianism anyway. If just walking around the city was that much fun, imagine how fancy the food must be here.
Wow, it's beautiful. I've never seen such wonderful scenery inside a city before. Just gonna ignore the menacing smile that Murian had on her face. Just don't worry about that.
The Gloucester really is amazing. It's far better than a damn insect deserves. Huh, it won't be Murian's much longer. Not now that she's invited us here.
Oh, you poor fools.
Only the Fang Clan can exterminate Moors, and our strength will be that much more valuable when the war heats up. The humans can have Oxford if they want it. We'll be taking Gloucester for ourselves soon enough.
Oh boy.
What a short-sighted fool Murian is. She thinks she's keeping us safe when it's actually the other way around.
Yeah. You keep telling yourself that right up until the very end, buddy.
Soon she'll see just how strong we are. What a shock it'll be for her to realize she has no choice but to depend on us. In fact, that's probably why she welcomed us in the first place. She knows exactly what a parasite like her needs to survive. Haha, you said it, boss. Doesn't matter how much other fairies copy humans, the weak will always have no choice but to obey the strong. And now that Woodwose and his precious intellectualism are gone, we're free to use our strength in any way we want.
I truly can't believe it. 1,200 years later, and not one of you has changed at all. I'm honestly shocked that none of you had the slightest qualm about entering such a suspicious ballroom. I suppose it could be your brains shrinking to match your new size. Oh well, there's nothing we can do about that. You've never been more than trash. You can't even remember the atrocities you committed in any case.
Who said that? Where'd that booming voice come from? Huh? What is that? Hey, look outside. There, up in the sky.
Yeah, methinks you fucked up.
Oh. Oh, she big. Oh, she very big. So you finally noticed me.
I've been watching you all this time, you know. Good evening, members of the Fang Clan. Welcome to my game board. We won't have any interruptions tonight, so I do hope you can keep me entertained.
Marion? What's going on? When did she get a sacrament to make herself huge? I thought only Spriggans could do that.
Really? That's the first thing you want to know? Well, okay. But only because it'll add to your humiliation. Gloucester's my personal fate domain. I've spent 1,000 years establishing its rules. The logic of the outside world doesn't apply here. My word is all. Here, the weak become strong, and the strong become weak. And this place in particular is a world unto itself that reflects my mind even more closely. An insect space that shrinks everyone who enters it.
Oh. Now do you understand? I didn't grow, you all shrank.
You're all as small as the insects you've ground beneath your feet.
Marion, how dare you look down on us? Cut this crap out now and turn us back to normal.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, buddy.
A mere insect like you will never be able to survive without our help.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Oh my. The Fang Clan's third best fighter indeed. It's almost mesmerizing how bold and brazen you are. But...
I mean, isn't Barghest technically Fang Clan? So wouldn't this guy be fourth? Technically? Because Woodwow's Bogart, Barghest, not necessarily in that order. Then this guy, so shouldn't he be no. Or maybe I guess because Bogart was banished, he wasn't technically... like Fang Clan anymore.
But... I suppose it's all brawn, no brains, You didn't think how easy it would be for this mere insect to crush you with a finger, did you? Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have ran your mouth. You know, he kind of deserved that. I won't lie. He kind of deserved it.
Bacon's dead? The strongest warrior in the clan aside from Lord Woodwose?
I'm so sorry. He was just so loud. He was starting to annoy me, so I squashed him. You see, everyone, as long as you're on this game board, you're weaker than ants. But once you go outside, you'll be your old, powerful selves again. Though, of course,
You're never getting out.
the only way for you to get outside is to kill me. Any other clan would probably admit defeat here. But you're the strongest clan in all of Britain, right? Who knows? Maybe you'll actually manage to beat me. Yeah, maybe.
Run for your lives! goes. Get outside the ballroom! Head for the forest! Hurry before she smashes Ag!
Yeah, I don't think they made it out.
Ah, how truly glorious.
They don't even have time to scream before I squish them. I must admit, you're all dumber than I could have imagined. Have you really not grasped that there's no outside here? Try to run to the woods and I'll flatten you with a wave of my hand. Try to run to the lake and I'll churn the water and drown you. Even if you somehow manage to make it to the moon, I would just eat the whole moon and you with it. Well, that's a image. No matter how many times you die, your next generations will only wake up inside this miniature garden.
Damn. Not even their successors will be free. That's...
I mean, I guess, again, kind of deserved, because they did wipe out her entire clan, but... You know, I'm going to keep exterminating all of you until your souls are so worn out that no new generations are born.
The best thing you can do for yourselves now is plead for mercy.
But you'll receive none, even if you do?
If you're lucky, I might even consider sparing your lives.
Well, let's say life, since no more than one of you will make it.
Alright then, my teeny weeny Fang Clan friends. The night's only just begun. I do hope you enjoy this game. I spent the last 1,000 years putting it together for you, you know. Valid crash out.
Could you even call that a crash out? Because it was very premeditated. Extremely premeditated, so it's not even really a crash out.
Take that, and that, and that. You can't hide from me. Not in the woods. Not anywhere. Die, die, die. I want to see you running in panic, wailing for someone to save you before I grind you to paste. Gah. Not fighting back didn't save them. Obeying didn't save them. Running away didn't save them. Everyone I ever knew, they're all dead. Those Fang Clan barbarians ate them, bit right into their arms and legs while they were still alive. How dare they call themselves Britain's Guardians? They can't make anything themselves, all they do is destroy. Every day they just go around doing whatever they want, all because they happen to be born strong. Then just when our clan starts pulling ahead of them, they decide to hunt us down. For sport. And when they couldn't figure out what to do with the survivors, they decided it'd be easier to just get rid of everyone. That's the worst part of all. Those barbaric wolves just live their whole lives doing whatever pops into their heads. Well, I won't let them get away with this. I swear it. I'm gonna make them know what it feels like to be preyed upon, no matter how long it takes. I won't listen to what they have to say. I won't even tell them why I'm doing it. I'm just going to wipe them all out with overwhelming power. Whatever else happens, I can't die before then. Even if I'm the last of my clan to survive. I'm going to erase the entire Fang Clan from existence.
Whether Morgan or the Child of Prophecy wins, Britain will stick around. But things will be very different for it with the Fang Clan gone. Yeah. You know what you're doing is foolish, but you still couldn't stop yourself. It's such a shame, Marian. To think not even a creature as wise and righteous as you could escape the hatred in your past. You're acting no better than a human. And that's not what I look for in my clients. Yep. Goodbye, Marian. I don't know if Kyonsuke is gonna kill her. I don't think she will. I think she's gonna ditch her now. Like, well, no interest in you anymore. Or maybe she will kill her, but probably not.
That takes care of the 5th bell. According to the prophecy, there's only one left to go now. Yes, the Mirror Clan's bell. We've been doing everything we can to find it, but to no avail. I'm so sorry we can't be of more help. I've been flying everywhere in search of it, and there just isn't a 6th bell to be found. I can't say I'm not nervous about this,
But I think we need to give up on the 6th bell. Like, we need to give up.
Besides, we saw in Norwick that Einstein's prophecy isn't perfect, right? So now that Artoria has enough magical energy to cover the entire Round Table army, and with Nocnoria's forces on our side, we should be a good match for the Queen's army.
That's true. And now that Lady Nocnari has agreed to ally with us, we can't afford to be late to the party.
I'll call for the 3rd platoon and the volunteer soldiers we left in Londinium to join us here. As soon as they arrive, we'll set out for Camelot.
It'll be great to see Gareth again.
Yes, I'm very glad about that.
I hope she likes the souvenirs I got her in Edinburgh. By the way, I know it's kind of late to ask this now, but what are the bells of pilgrimage anyway? I can tell they're special since the clan heads will protect them, but that's it. Their tolling carries all across Britain. Victoria gets more full of herself every time she rings one. Bells like that are usually just meant to mark the time, right? How do they figure into a pilgrimage? It really is pretty late in the game to be asking that, Muramasa.
Even so, I've been wondering the same thing.
Putting aside the fact that in proper human history, bells were used to keep fairies away.
I also wonder why Einstein used the word pilgrimage when this Britain's nothing in the way of gods. For that matter, not a single fairy we've met has even known how long the bells have existed. Well, I'm sure Morgan probably does, but... can I say something? The bells of pilgrimage are the transformed bodies of the dead clan leaders.
You're telling us this. I mean, maybe she assumed we knew? I guess? Maybe?
They signify obedience to the Fairy of Paradise and their support of her mission to free Britain.
Their ring is a song of apology. It shows that the 6 clans of that time have decided to forego being the descendants of Ares, and their ascent to become fairies of the earth.
At least, that's what I was told.
Just... Right, Ash must have told. Yeah, it's like it comes out of fucking nowhere. Like, they're actually the dead bodies of clan leaders. Like, okay, yeah, sure. You knew, Mash? A song of apology.
I guess that's what a pilgrimage is in this Britain. An apology.
The bodies of the clan leaders.
So they're not the bodies of the 6 ancestor fairies?
That's right, they were at first, but some of them were destroyed by calamities at various points in history.
When that happens, either the current clan leader becomes a replacement bell, or the last...
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I see. I don't like that I see, but I see.
Percival, where's Gareth? What is she doing right now? Gareth, She's in Londinium, watching over the chill. You know what? Let's have Kenwood, the captain of our recon team, check in on her.
We're already preparing a message for Londinium anyway. Oh, no, 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 no. Commander Percival, we just received an emergency message. There's a fire burning in the south, a big one.
A fire? Oh no.
It's Londinium. The Queen's army is attacking Londinium.
This is a really bad time.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I kinda thought as much. I avoided saying it, but Gareth being able to see things others couldn't see. Like, she's clearly a successor to a Mirror Clan fairy. Which in general makes her a Mirror Clan fairy. I'd had the thought, but I didn't really think it mattered. Because if the clan doesn't exist, then she is basically just what she said. Just a, hapless, no affiliation fairy. But, well, I guess it makes sense that would eventually come into play story-wise. Aside from giving, like, an out. Because, yeah, they wouldn't give her those powers of foresight if there wasn't a reason for it. And it wouldn't just be saving us from being slaughtered by woodwoes. To be honest, it's weird how nobody remembered that the prophecy was very explicit about the last bell. What? How does the prophecy go again? I don't remember what the. I don't remember word for word what it was. I kind of wish, along with the notes, I wish I had a thing where you could read the prophecy in full. The round fortress shall burn and the bell of water will appear. I thought the round... I don't know, for some reason I thought the round fortress was talking about Spriggan's castle in the middle of Norwich. Because didn't they say it was like a circular tower? Or something? I thought that's what it was referring to. And at the bell of... Well, no, I guess this makes sense. I didn't even think about it being Londinium. Well, unfortunately, I don't have time to finish this section. That first note of it took
longer than expected, so we're gonna have to leave off on a cliffhanger, unfortunately. Because, yeah, I've only got like 15 minutes before I gotta skedaddle. Now, I wish I hadn't started that section now. I wish I just waited for next time before I started it. God damn, now I'm like, fuck, that's a horrible place to stop. Well, nothing to be done about it. I can't believe they're gonna kill off Gareth. I mean, it's not really... I mean, no, she said dead bodies. So yeah, it is killing off Gareth. She really can't catch a break, huh? In Camelot, Jerusalem, she's tortured by the awful shit they're doing and sacrifices herself when she didn't really need to, just for the sake of repenting, I guess. Right, that was her story in Camelot, right? Essentially. And now here she gets... her only purpose in life is to become a bell for Artoria to ring. That's fucked up. I hate that. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, right? Like, at this point, I should be expecting at least, probably, like, at least 2 people we get to know in the Lost Belts to die in some way, shape, or form, even before the end. But still hurts. Still fucked up. Gareth is she's such a good girl too. She doesn't deserve this shit. Well, maybe we'll subvert the prophecy somehow, and Gareth won't have to sacrifice herself. Maybe we'll make do with the 5 bells. Maybe. But probably not. Norwick was one thing, but I don't know how we're gonna prevent this. World doles out rewards and punishments with no regard for who deserves them. True. Big factoids. Ah, well. Anyway, like I said, even though it's a really shitty place to leave off, I don't have time to finish this section, sadly. So tomorrow we'll finish that out and see how far we can get into the section after that. But for now, that'll have to do it. Man. Pepe, now Gareth is probably going to die. Tristan, we lost Tristan really early on. This is all fucked up. This is just all sorts of fucked up. I feel like we get the worst friend deaths when Natsu's involved in the writing. That's what it feels like. But anyway. I guess he just likes causing us pain. But, well, yeah, anywho. That's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching. And, yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow for the burning of Londinium, I guess. And yeah, I'll catch you then. Peace.